Welcome to this week's edition of the Sports Scoop Coaches Show. Joining me in the festive holiday spirit is Theodore Ted Hammond, head basketball coach at JWP.
I thought I'd spruce things up a little bit today. Get it?
Well, as long as you're hot, Teddy, let's start right out with the Bulldogs. Just one game during the week.
We're not hot.
Not hot at all.
We're pretty cold right now, especially from the shooting lanes there. We had one game. Went off another week with this one game, and it was last night, Saturday night. Kind of ruins the weekend. Also, right in the middle of the weekend, you got a game. Went to Loyola. 2 years ago, we pulled a big upset over there. This year, we didn't pull a big upset. They're rebuilding too this year, but they've got some seniors that had some success in football and carried over to the basketball court. Final score was 63-45. It was a great game till about the 5-minute mark in the first half. We were ahead most of the way, and then they went to full court press, and we worked on it in practice, and we were ready for it, and we just panicked. We throw the ball in bounds, we'd get the double team, and then we'd throw it right in their hands. We didn't pump fake or anything, and they'd steal the ball, and they only got about 8 feet to the basket, so all of a sudden, boom, 11-zip run, and they went in at halftime. It was 31-16. I said we come out second half. Okay, best thing is that, the press, it bothered us. We went over some stuff at halftime to rectify what we were doing wrong. And then I said, first 5 minutes, get that below 10, and we're going to have a heck of a game. They shot it up about 25. Then it was just kept running people in and out on full court man. We're just getting ready for our next 3 games. We got 3 games in 5 days coming up now. So we got Monday, Tuesday, Friday. Monday will be USC. I went and scouted them, and Waterville took care of them pretty easily. And then Tuesday night we got Medelia. Medelia had been undefeated, but now they're coming back down to earth. But the nice thing about Tuesday is our first home game. I mean, you start out the season 7 on the road. That's a long haul. Yep. And we just need to get it home. And then Friday we got Truman coming in. And Truman, we gave a real tussle the first game of the season, and lost that one by 4, but it was 83-79. We haven't seen 79 even close to that since. So that's our big bugaboo right now is putting points on the board. We knew it was going to be a struggle, but I didn't think it was going to be this big of a struggle. We got Josh Janicki came through with 13 against Loyola. They started man-to-man, and Josh just shredded them. He can drive against anybody, so he's getting some real easy layups, and then they went to a zone, and that kind of put a little kibosh to our offensive prowess. We didn't quite handle the zone like we thought we could. So we're going to have to come out this week with 3 games in 5 days. Actually, we're going to have 4 games in 8 days, because then right away the following Monday we got another game to close out the 2015 year, and then so we hopefully in shape. 4 games in 8 days. We had some illness. We had a sprained ankle. No excuses, but right now we need to win the week. That's going to be our motto. I don't care if we win 2. It would be nice to win all 3, but just win the week. That's going to be what we need to do. So the Bulldogs, we're still rebuilding, but we're coming.
Well, and it's tough now. You're going for this long 1 game a week, and all of a sudden, boom, boom, boom.
Especially when you got a big schedule, 24-game schedule. Yep. You'd like to space them out about 2 a week, but ADs, my hat's off to them, my tree's off to them. They just, how they do that, I don't know in the winter months, especially when all of a sudden we've already had 1 snow out, and then you got to reschedule. That one's not going to be till the end of January. It's a duty that I wouldn't want at all.
So the Bulldogs off to 1-4 start, and Monday on the road to Wells, Minnesota, and USC.
And what a gorgeous gym!
New gym,
yeah. It's on one end it's got Rebels etched in like stone or something. It's just a gorgeous gym. It's got the big board, it's got how many fouls you got, how many timeouts you got left, everything else. It's the real deal.
Alrighty. NRHEG, the Panthers, Pat Churchill's crew, they're 3-3 for the year now. They defeated Kenyon, smashed the Vikes 82-50, and then they defeated St. Clair, and you're familiar with St. Clair. That's a pretty good team.
I went and scouted them.
Okay. NRHEG won that 69-64, and then they ran into Maple River on Friday night and got held to 41 points, lost by 21. The Eagles must be the real deal again this year. It sounds like they're holding everybody down to not a lot of points.
I talked to Jeff Wagner, who's I respect his whatever he tells me, okay, and he said that Maple River's better this year than they were last year when they had that Noah Brighter. They got the Story brothers, and they got this Lewis kid, and I guess they're this. Okay. I had some kids that went and watched that game. They said Maple River's unbelievable.
Alrighty.
So they must be the class of this end of the state right now.
The Panthers, as we mentioned, are 3-3, and Oakley Baker already topped the 1,000-point mark.
Got to see it in person.
All righty,
there's just
for
some time
Oakley.
to watch Oakley get his big standing ovation and gave him the game ball and stuff. And he should take the boys' record this year too.
And he's just a junior.
I don't think he's going to catch the all-time record.
No.
I don't think Carly is going to be caught.
Nope.
Nope.
The Panthers will be back in action Tuesday when Tri-City United comes to New Richland. WEM, Jeff Wagner's crew off to another good start, 5-1 for the season. We had the border battle on Tuesday. Waseca defeated the Bucks 64-48. Kind of surprising because we did that game and Waseca really dominated that game for the great majority of it because they did such a great job on Zach Olson. I think he ended up with 17, but he got like about 10 in the last 4 minutes when it was over. So the Blue Jays won that one, handed Wags' crew their first loss. They bounced back and beat USC 71-52 on Friday night.
Easily. And
Zach Olson, also just a junior, went over the 1,000-point mark against Waseca. So a couple of guys that are going to score a lot of points before their careers are over.
Yeah.
Oakley and Zach. And the Blue Jays, unbelievable, 9-0 start for Waseca. They defeated Waterville 64-48. They defeated St. James 73-56, and actually that was really a good game at halftime. It was a 4-point game at halftime. And then they went up yesterday morning to the Minnetonka Tip-Off Classic. Good God, they had to play at 9:30 in the morning. I can't hardly imagine that. The Jays led at halftime against Browerville. Browerville is a Class 2A team that is ranked. Waseca led at halftime, Teddy, 38-17.
Suffocating man-to-man defense.
They ended up winning 69-66.
Yep.
I have no details, but evidently they were hanging on at the end. I know Browerville has a really good guard. They said that in the tip-off preview, the guy that wrote up little things on each game, and he said it could be a fabulous matchup between Dufault and this kid. And I haven't heard anything about individual points or anything, but evidently a really good game for 9:30 in the morning.
Hey.
Got to play when you play, right, Teddy?
Yeah, if you're going to run with the big dogs at night, you got to get up with the puppies in the morning. That's what I always say.
So the Jays, Todd Dufault's crew, 9-0 start. They have just a one-game week now for them this week. Friday, they have Blue Earth coming to town with Colby Swanson, head coach.
Yeah, Colby's got a new baby, too, I think.
Okay.
Maybe not a new baby, but he's got 2 little kids now. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
Just little Colby.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I know who he's married to. I can believe it.
Yeah. there might be some athletic genes in that family.
Could be. So, boys' teams are off and running. Waterville and Waseca have the best of it to start with. NRHEG and JWP coming up from behind.
Yep, that's how she works.
Girls basketball teams, the Bulldogs, 2-3 for the year now. Teddy, they defeated Alden Congress 71-60, a lot of points. I didn't hear anything about the game, but
I didn't stick around for it. We had to get done practice early that night because whenever we only had the one gym to practice, and so. The girls, they got some talent coming back, but I don't see Kaylee Anderson's name much.
No.
And I expected to see that a lot more this year. I'm not to say that your name should be in the paper, but she's a little spitfire. And I remember watching her as a sophomore, how she just, she created havoc in there in the defense and stuff. So, but still, it's new system, Coach Prunty. She's a really nice gal to work with. We don't have any problems at all sharing the gym space and things like that. So I just wish them the best and hope she has success this year.
Monday they will have USC coming to town to face the Bulldogs. NRHEG, the Panthers, off to a 4-0 start. How about that?
Doggone.
They defeated Waseca in a border battle game Tuesday, 57-50. I didn't see many details about the game, but we were getting text reports as we were doing the Waterville game, and it sounded like it was close all the way.
Came down to free throw shooting and the 2 Wagners. Okay. They were the difference.
And then the Panthers Friday night defeated Maple River 54-38 to go to 4-0 for the year. They will play not till Friday now. Medford comes to town. So they're off to a pretty good start. I see both the Wagner names and this Kelly Kammerer or something has been in a lot. She had like 28 points and 16 rebounds Friday.
Taking over for who? Who's that big girl in the middle down there? Schultz's daughter. What's her name, Jade?
Oh, Jade Schultz.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, this girl looks like she's going to fill her shoes.
WEM, Gabe Hauer's crew, 2-1 to start the season. They lost to Jordan on Tuesday, 46-45, and then they bounced back and beat USC by 15 points on Thursday night. Thursday, they will be at Mankato Loyola and the talented Lindsay Thunick, who's averaging about 30 a game, I think.
She's already set the school record for scoring.
Yeah.
She's only a junior.
And Waseca, Joni Conway's crew, they're 4-1 to start the year. They lost their first game to NRHEG, as we mentioned. Then they bounced back on the road and beat St. James 61-50. And as we mentioned before, Teddy, that's a pretty young team.
Yep.
And you're going to see them get better, I think, as the year goes on.
Yeah, there's a couple 8th graders that can fill in some
Two
roles
8th graders are playing, 2 9th graders are playing.
Yeah.
Madison Galoff, a 9th grader, is definitely their number 1 scorer and player. You
Yeah.
can see that already early in the season. The Jays will be in action Thursday when Stewartville comes to town. Hockey teams, Teddy. Our boys hockey team, Waseca, is now 3-2 for the year. They had a 2-win week. They defeated Worthington 9-6 and Windham 5-0 to get above the 500 mark. Thursday they will travel to New Ulm, and that's the big rivalry in hockey.
Ole, 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 ole. I hate that frickin' song, I tell you what.
One year the bus was being rocked at New Ulm, and they've had some great meetings, those two teams.
Tire slash there, you name it, okay? We had the bus set on fire. I'm just kidding, folks.
Girls hockey team, Kyle Collins' crew, they are 4-5-1 for the season.
Oh, they lost a heartbreaker last one.
Yep, they defeated Worthington 7-0. They defeated St. Peter 4-2. And then yesterday they made the long trip to Laverne and lost 4-3 in overtime, and I think they had a 3-1 lead into the third period.
And then lost in overtime.
And lost 4-3 in overtime.
Man.
So they
Shamazo, Samika, remember that show?
Laverne and Shirley.
Very good, Andy.
Tuesday, New Ulm comes to town to face the Waseca girls. Gymnastics, Teddy, you got the report? Oh,
no. My paper hasn't arrived yet from last week.
We defeated St. Peter in a dual meet Tuesday.
Whoa!
Yes, sir. They're 1-1, the Jays. Unfortunately, I think they only scored about 121 points, so St. Peter evidently has some youth and trouble scoring, too, because you like to see them 135 at least.
You ever in gymnastics at all? Ever tried?
Never.
I think only on a Friday night with
I think Whitey made us do forward and backward rolls in 7th grade, and that was the extent of my gymnastics.
And then he just jumped the bench for Manny. That'd be about it, right?
Yeah, that's it. Wrestling teams. Waseca, the Jays are 2-2. They wrestled at Casson yesterday. Couldn't find a thing.
Well, don't look at me.
Well, you're supposed to be the wrestling and gymnastics man.
Well, okay. I got some from the Grizz, okay.
They will be back in action on December 22nd.
Oh, man.
Against Mankato West.
How do you lose weight over the holiday season? I don't know.
The Grizzlies, they are now 3-4 for the season. They defeated Medford in a dual meet on Thursday. And then they went down to Byron, I believe, and had 3 duels yesterday. They defeated Dover Yoda, lost to Byron and Lewiston Altura, so they're 3-4 overall.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Adams got them coming.
They will wrestle Thursday night between Maple River, Lake Crystal, and the Grizzlies will be in a triangular.
Okay.
And NRHEG, they are 2-3 overall this season in wrestling. They lost to Pine Island 35-30 during the week. They had nothing yesterday. So they're 2-3. They will be in action Thursday when USC comes for a duel.
You ever hear from Little General at all?
I have not for quite a while.
Okay.
And I don't even know if he still lives in NR or if he's moved up north now permanently.
Okay.
Talking about who?
The Little General.
Paul.
What's his name?
Paul Sear.
Paul Sear.
But how do you spell it?
C-Y-R.
It's kind of like Roy Syrup. No vowel in doggone last name, I tell you.
Well, we want to talk on the big scene now, Teddy. MSU, will start with them.
Okay.
The boys basketball team, men's basketball team, 1-2 over the weekend, defeated Upper Iowa and Wayne State to go to 8-2 for the year.
And they're talking about this guy that accepted his role, TJ Lake. He'd been starting, and then they said we need more firepower off the bench. I think he averaged 17 a game with those 2 wins, but he said, I had to do it for the team, but he could have really raised the stink. He used to start, now he's not, but guy said, hey, it's for the team. Like to see that.
In what has become really a good rivalry between MSU and Winona.
Yeah.
1-pointer last night. You know who starts for Winona?
Oh.
Conrad Mossberg from Waterville and big boy Kyle Bowman from USC, both starters.
Whoa. Speaks well for the Gopher Conference,
You
baby.
betcha.
I didn't. Andy, is my tree still upright or not?
Well,
No, okay.
Not
I
bad.
don't like to comment on your tree.
Not bad.
What fur?
It's not bad, Teddy.
Okay.
The women are having a tough time at Mankato State. They defeated Upper Iowa, lost to Winona State. They're just 2-6 this season,
they're
having
struggling.
trouble.
Yep, lost a bunch of seniors.
Both the men and women will be home Saturday night. Concordia St. Paul comes to town.
They're a tough matchup, too.
The men's hockey team, they're up to 10-6-4 overall now, Teddy. They swept Alabama Huntsville over the weekend.
They're streaking, baby. They're streaking.
They're coming.
You remember streaking?
Yeah.
Yeah. You used to do it?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah, all the time,
Okay,
Teddy.
all
Jeez,
right.
I
Come
just...
on, Ted.
We didn't do that in Wisconsin.
We had one in Northfield at the basketball game, didn't we, Kugath?
Yeah, and we had one at the Ring of Fire
Oh, that's right.
for football.
Yeah, Holy Angels.
Right.
You guys went off
Was
for
it-
halftime, didn't you?
Was it Holy Family or Holy Angels? I get mixed up.
Whoever the Ring of Fire is.
Family.
It's Holy Family.
Holy family.
Yep,
Ted
that's
and-
right.
Don and I were in the booth, and it brought us speechless. We just watched for about 15 seconds.
Is there alcohol involved? I'm just curious.
Oh, I think so. The men's hockey team at MSU is now idle until January 8th.
Oh, man. Billy Idol.
Yep.
That's a long time.
Gustavus, the men's basketball team, 3-4. They lost 2 this week to Bethel and McAllister.
Uh-huh.
They're having a few trouble scoring points. They've always been kind of a high-scoring crew, and they aren't putting a lot of points on the board right now.
Not like their football team, did.
No. They're idle until December 28th, when all they have to do is take a little trip to Puerto Rico.
Wow. Tell you, I'm going to Cancun.
Isn't that something?
Yep. You see those what do you call it, thong things there? Okay, that's hard to say, thong thing.
Women's basketball, Augusties are 6-2. They defeated both Bethel and McAllister. Tuesday, they have lacrosse coming to town.
Oh.
And the men's hockey team, 3-6-2. They lost to St. Scholastica. They are also idle until January 8th now. So a lot of teams, college teams, getting into the Christmas break and getting their nice 6 weeks off for Christmas now. And
We got that J term where they, they all take off or go overseas or go over, whatever. That makes a big difference.
you bet.
Especially
Well,
in
the Golden
college.
Gophers, Teddy. We got to start with volleyball.
How about
They're
we start-
going to the Final Four.
Isn't that something?
How about that?
That's great.
They defeated Illinois and Hawaii to win the region. I think Hawaii did them a favor because Hawaii knocked off Penn State
Yep.
in the semis, and then the Gophers took care of Hawaii. They're 30-4 for the season. They're going to the Final Four.
That's fun to watch.
That is.
I remember when a girl named Jane Passer from Wells
Yep.
went to the U. And when she came here, I just wanted to go watch her play, and she just left dents in the floor with how powerful those girls are. Holy crap. It's fun to watch.
It is. The men's basketball team, 5-5. They lost to mighty South Dakota State.
And
Yesterday lost to Oklahoma State.
who else they lose to from
South Dakota U.
Yeah. Jeez Louise.
5-5, and powerful Chicago State comes to Williams Arena on Wednesday, and I guess there's no such thing as a gimme for that team.
Not right now. The sad thing is, Patino took over, for Tubby, and he had some really good years, so the first couple there, and now these are his recruits coming in, and there's a lot of freshmen, so you're thinking, maybe Tubby left him with a nice cupboard full of players there, but now he's going to see how much he can coach.
Well, ever since he paid $3,000 to get his dog shipped up here, I've kind of lost a little motsy for Richard.
$3,000 to have a dog, you should like that.
Well, I would, yeah.
Yeah,
but,
okay.
And the other thing is, when we first hired him, it was all about we're going to full court pressure the entire game
Yeah,
and run, and we
yeah.
don't do either.
No.
So I don't get it, because, as you said, these are supposed to be his people now.
We'll see it happen.
Who
Hey,
knows?
it's always easy to second guess a coach.
Yep, you bet.
And we will.
I always get it.
The women's basketball Gophers, they're 6-2. They defeated Memphis yesterday. Rachel Bannum broke Lindsay Whalen's scoring record. And I just went on the stats this morning to get an update on Carly Wagner from NRHEG. She's averaging 21 points and 6 rebounds a game. She's been over 20 in 5 of the 8 games.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable. She's a sophomore.
And just a little small-town girl, baby, in the big city.
The Gophers, they will play Wednesday. New Mexico comes to town, so if you want to go see Carly and the Gophers, Wednesday night they're at home. The men's hockey team, strange crew. They're 7-8 for the year. Michigan just buried them on Friday night, 8-3. The Gophers turn around and beat Michigan on their home ice last night. Figure that out.
I can't, but I'm not going to try.
I actually watched about the last 10 minutes of the Gopher hockey game last night.
Jeez.
You didn't because you were busy racking up the points and trying to keep track of all of them in your scorebook.
Yeah. That took 2 minutes.
The Wolves, Teddy,
Yo.
9-13.
Yes,
Lost to Denver on Friday in overtime. They held an 18-point lead
Yep.
and got beat.
That's getting to be a common theme.
Very.
Yep.
A scary common.
But they do play better on the road, but they should have won that baby, no problem. Wiggins keeps missing these free throws in the last minute that, could at least make it a 3-point lead, and he just doesn't do it.
Yeah, makes 1 or 2 always.
Yeah, but that Towns, he's the real deal. Old cat.
Wolves 9-13. They play today at Phoenix. I believe a 2:30 tip-off.
Okay.
The Wild 14-15, 7-6 overall, and last night they defeat San Jose.
Can you see it, Andy?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Kemper.
You're pretty buffed.
Yeah, I puff. Yeah.
How about Friday night? The Wolves lost to Phoenix. The Wild lost to Phoenix. It wasn't a good night.
No, it wasn't.
But the Wild bounced back and beat San Jose last night to get their 15th win. They play Tuesday. Vancouver comes to town.
You watch that overtime the night before with
Yes.
Parisi got the penalty and the score on 3?
Yep.
I don't care who the goalie is. You're not going to. It's not going into shootout.
JP didn't look well skating off the ice
No,
there.
he didn't.
The Vikes in Green Bay. Teddy, you've had a few days off, but you're back in first place
Yep.
at 8-4, and you have what used to be one of the greatest rivalries in football. Dallas comes to Lambeau today, and they're going to be playing in 40-degree weather. That won't be any fun.
I remember that ice bowl.
Yep.
I was a young buck then, but I still remember it.
The ice hole.
Ice bowl.
Don't put words in my mouth.
And
Andy.
he's starting to warm up a little. We haven't been including him much, and now he's going to start.
Underneath that tree.
Now he's going to start sneaking in. See,
The
he always
roots
does that.
they're gray now. They're not dark like they used to be.
What's the prognosis against the Cowboys?
Well, Cowboys lost Romo for the rest of the year, but they still got Wittenberg. He's tough. I don't know. Packers having trouble winning Lambeau. They don't have that mystique, that magic they used to have. You know, they lose the Bears and the Lions the last 2 times they played there. I'm still going with the Pack, obviously, but the Vikes, God, we'll get to them in a second. Okay.
And after today, the Packers will continue to play in warm weather because they head to Oakland next week.
Well, I got one for you.
Okay.
Where did the term Hail Mary come from? I forgot to bring it up last week.
Don't know.
Andy, you know where it came from?
It's not a Catholic thing, Ted?
It's not a Catholic thing. Okay. It came from the Vikings versus Dallas. And there was a game where Drew Pearson shoved off, and then caught the ball and then went in touchdown. And, well, they said that Roger Staubach said after the game, he said Hail Mary and threw it up there, hoping it would get caught. And that's where it started.
Wow.
Roger Staubach, Drew
then-
Pearson.
75.
There you go.
And then the official got beamed with a beer
Yeah,
bottle walking
yeah.
out. That was another
I thought it was
Hail
a whiskey.
Mary.
I thought it was a whiskey bottle. But anyway, yeah, it was. That was quite a memorable game. But they say that's the invention of Hail Mary pass. How about that,
Good story, Ted.
folks out there? If you dispute that,
something.
if you dispute that, call it in. I want to hear the real one. Okay.
The Vikings 8-5. They lost to Arizona Thursday night, 23-20, with their 3 best defensive players sitting out and 4 of their top 5 sitting out. And I like that. I seriously, I like that. I love to see no name step in and actually play well.
Greenway played unbelievable.
Yep. And this Anthony Harris did fine
Yep.
for being stuck out on an island.
Oh,
and,
jeez. The play calling at the end. Okay, what do you think?
Well, I got
would-
my doubts about Teddy now because this is about the 3rd time this has happened. A timeout, they've got to be saying there's no way you can get sacked.
Yep.
If you're at all close, you heave it into the stands. Because they had a shot at a long field goal where they were at.
Yep.
But this is about the 3rd time now. He's been sacked on a last play like that. You can't let it happen.
No. Especially no timeouts.
No, you
But
just
that
can't
didn't make
do
a
it.
difference in that. But that Dwight Freeney, they kept saying, here comes the spin move, and he does exactly what they say, and then he just strips the ball. But me personally, and I'm not an offensive coordinator, I would have just spiked the ball and put it in the hand of Walsh to get into overtime.
That's the other
Yeah.
thing. If you think there's any chance that Freeney's going
Yeah.
to get around and sack
Yeah.
you, then take the spike it or try the field goal right then.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
just can't
Because all they're doing
end
is
like
little
that.
5 and
Yeah.
outs. You know,
Yeah.
they weren't like they're going to go for the
Right.
touchdown. They weren't going for the win. They're just
Right.
going for to get
Yeah.
closer to the field goal.
Exactly.
But,
Yeah. Don't get it.
Okay.
And my other big concern is Anthony Barr.
Yeah.
You know, supposed to be the Superman with the great body, and he's hurt all the time.
That groin, though, those things.
I know, but
I know.
the superstars don't get hurt. They go play anyway.
Hanging out with Rubio.
I think Pekovic is talking about going to transfer to football. That's what
Yeah,
he
he
said.
oughta. He oughta. The Vikes will be off till next Sunday when the hated Chicago Bears come to town.
They need a week and a half to get healthy.
Yep.
They do.
And a couple of other notes, Teddy. The
Yeah.
Heisman Trophy last night
Yep.
went to the big burly running back from Alabama.
First time in a long time wasn't quarterback.
Yep.
What'd you think? I like that McCaffrey from
I
Stanford.
loved McCaffrey.
I thought, whose record did he break for all-purpose yards? Running back. Jeez, when did he play? He retired early. Wanted to retire when he's still healthy.
I don't remember,
So-
but I loved
God.
him because they'd put him at quarterback sometimes.
Yeah,
I mean, he
yeah.
just did everything. Return kicks.
But then when Henry can carry the ball 45 times
Well,
a
yeah,
game,
yeah. And the other thing is, you can say all you want, but you know that committee's saying, well, he's only a freshman. He's got another chance to
yeah.
do it. So, but congratulations to Henry from Alabama. And the big news last night, the Golden State Warriors went down. 24 straight to start this year, 28
Isn't that
running
something?
over from last year. They were within 5 of the Lakers,
Isn't that something?
but got hammered pretty well by
I think
Milwaukee.
it was those back-to-back nights, and the night before they won a double overtime.
Well, and they were on a 7-game road trip.
Yeah.
That never happens anymore. And
It does when you don't stop a winning streak.
and this was the last game of the 7,
Yeah.
and they fell a little
Yeah.
short. But I tell you, this Steph Curry,
Fire the
is-
coach.
He
Fire the
is
coach.
fantastic.
He's unreal.
He can shoot
I went online to watch his pregame dribble drill. Okay, it is unbelievable what he does just to warm up for a game.
Yeah.
So any young kids out there, just go online, go to YouTube, wherever you go, bouncing off him out there, and take a look what this guy does. And if you can do that, by golly, you'll be playing some ball somewhere. It's unreal.
That's all I got, Teddy. You got
No
anything?
update on Airberg twins?
Airberg, no updates this week.
updates?
Everyone's home doing well.
Okay. See, tournament time. You're talking about the Blue Jays went up to Minnetonka tip-off or whatever. That was just a one-game deal?
Just a one-game deal. They have like maybe 20 of supposedly of the better teams.
Oh, the elite teams kind of?
Apple Valley played, Hopkins played, Brother Bruce played. The last
Did
game
he?
last night, Shakopee against JM, and JM was undefeated this year, 94-86.
Holy crap.
I asked my brother if he was on drugs this year because he's been known to play these games, 48-42 for years.
What was that state final or where they
Yeah.
they stalled?
Yeah,
I mean,
against
he didn't
Hopkins,
stall,
yeah.
He just
But
stayed in his zone.
they've never been a big scoring team. They're averaging about 90 this year in the first 6 games. So
Brother gets better with age, baby.
Yeah, he
It's
must
a
be.
fine wine out there.
adapt with your players,
That's
right,
right.
Ted?
That's right.
That'll do it for this week's show. Thanks to Stephen Hudson for producing the show. Thanks to Merry Christmas Ted Hammond for being here with his
rapper.
his tree standing up
Yep.
straight.
Well,
Let's see the rap.
Is it a rap? No.
And thanks to you for watching. We'll see you all next week.